Hello, everyone. This is Lucas Jaffe in New York with Qiqo Chat, January 14th, 4 p.m. Eastern training. We have a fantastic group of facilitators and change makers assembled to just introduce themselves, and we're very fortunate to be together. Right now, we are in this Qiqo Chat. Here, we see ourselves all in the main room. On the right-hand side are the notes from the previous sessions. I think they're going to be handy. Every Qiqo chat has some collaborative tool or picture or video or PDF or document, and often multiple documents here in this space. This is where the collaboration happens. And then at the top left, everybody has clicked join video for the main room. You can have a big photo here on the left, which could be an image to set either the environment or the atmosphere. Maybe it's an outdoor image. Maybe it's an in-person picture of the place where your group normally meets. Maybe it's the logo of the convening organization or your client. And then by default, there's 10 rooms, but there could be up to 100. If I click into room 4, and participants are able to move themselves, that's the attractive part about Qiqo Chat, I'll see a new photo over here. I'll see a new notes document. Anyone can type here. And you can lock that down and replace it with other things if you want. And over here, join video for room 4. So every one of these rooms has its own Zoom meeting. You don't need to have a Zoom account. Your participants don't need to have a Zoom account. Zoom charges us ½ cent per minute per person, and we pay Zoom for you. You pay us 1 cent per minute per person. So ½ cent goes to us, ½ cent goes to Zoom. We also charge $1 per day per person. So the cost for a 4-hour workshop is $3.40 per person. So it's even less than it might cost for them to park their car if it was an in-person conference. And Qiqo is about thinking together, because you have all these collaborative tools from across the web that you can bring into your breakout spaces. As facilitators, as event planners, you get to design all the spaces that people can go into. You can rename them, give them different themes and colors. And then when they get in there, you choose what tool you want them to have. In this case, it's the default of Etherpad. Are there any questions right now just about the basic Qiqo Chat event? It only took me 30 seconds to make it. All I did is I put in the title and I put in the start time. And this is what comes in out of the box, the photos and the images and all the Zoom meetings. Any questions right now? And you're also invited to write any questions you have down here. We'll be checking that throughout the presentation. All right, I'll pause to just listen. Any questions?
So every room has an Etherpad as a default.
Yes, Joyce.
Is that right? Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks.
And every room has a video Zoom meeting. So it's a full meeting. These are breakout rooms, but they have a full Zoom meeting, which means because every Zoom meeting has breakout rooms inside that are optional, that when you're welcoming people in the main room, for example, if people are coming ½ an hour early for your event, they can arrive in that Zoom meeting and you can send them to breakouts inside Zoom. So they stay at the Qiqo Chat main room or the main stage or the lobby, whatever you want to call it on Qiqo. And then in that Zoom, you can divide them up, mix them up, they can network until the event begins so that they can make the most of their time. Here's an example of an event that took place about 2 months ago. This was the second event that Transforming Faces created. It's a lovely nonprofit in Toronto that assists doctors who help children with cleft palate. It's the cut on the lip. So here they have a video, an orientation video that they also put out in their invitation. And you can see where people are coming from here. I click map view. And you can see where people are coming in from across the world to get a sense of who's in the room. Click here to enter. We'll be entering the conference space. And here on the left is a photo that the organization can choose. Here on the right is a PDF. This one is how to use Qiqo Chat. They also have over here a schedule and also that same map of participants that you saw.
Does the organization have to provide the locations of people, or are they automatically identified by some other means?
In this case, they had the registration data and I worked with them to quickly upload. So I took care of uploading the postal codes for their members because they registered on Eventbrite or another system. So they had all that information. And it was a priority for them to help everyone realize who's in the room. So that's why I put some extra effort in here. Everything that you're seeing here today, you can do on your own, or you can hire us to do if you don't want to do it. For final touches like adding people's location, that's something that would require our help. But people can put their own location in when they create an account. That's also possible. And oh yes, go ahead, please.
I do have a question, Luke, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Just as a basis, what sort of infrastructure do we need to have to be able to use the application? Is it something that's intertwined with Zoom, or do we have to have a different piece of, a different way of accessing Qiqo itself? How does that work, please?
Okay, thanks for the question, Fukiyoji. So you don't need a Zoom account, and it's not directly tied with Zoom. It is a web page, and Qiqo itself is tied to Zoom. So if you say, I want 100 rooms, then Qiqo will go out and create 100 Zoom meetings for you and connect them automatically just by creating the event. It works on all major modern browsers like Safari, Firefox, Chrome, and Microsoft Edge. And it doesn't take a lot of bandwidth. Most of the bandwidth is over Zoom, 99% of it. You only load a few pages on Qiqo Chat really when you're moving between rooms. And if you're loading, say, the schedule, it's hosted on Amazon servers. So the load on Qiqo Chat servers is actually quite low. If I move to, say, the opening plenary, then here is the image again. Here's another image that they put in there. So these images are all coming through Amazon servers, and it's only like one image at a time that people are loading. So they don't even need tremendous bandwidth. It's just it's Zoom. So if people can work with Zoom, then Qiqo Chat will not be much additional impact. Okay, so that's how you can design. You can put in custom colors, all these sorts of things. And I can show another example here. The following is more of a social event. This is a happy hour for 2 hours. Well, I guess a double happy hour. And they put some programming into their rooms here. So everybody arrived at the main room. They called it the foyer. And here is the PDF of what was going to be happening. We scroll down and we can read about their schedule. So there's the welcome. And then at 4:15, a casual chat and trivia, games, crafts, live music, and they were all happening in these different rooms here. So if we want to go down to live music, I see it here, live music. So I'll click on this room, and then there'll be a new picture that I can see here. And then if I want to hear the music, I click join video, and I'm on a separate Zoom meeting. So you could put in the photos, and that helps people get oriented, sets the atmosphere, and you can customize all these colors in the background. So this basic Qiqo Chat event that we're looking at here can be customized well. All right, I don't see any questions, so I can keep moving. Let me pause here to see if there are any questions you'd like to ask. All right. We're going to work together on this tutorial. So you're going to get a chance to create your own event. So I'll stop sharing in a moment. And we're looking on the Qiqo Chat page. Look for this one. We'll start with this tutorial. Robert, I'm going to mute you since there's a little bit of background noise, if that's all right. Oh,
So
thank
you want us to click on this tutorial?
Yes, please. We'll all follow along if you want to. And I'm hoping that one person will share their screen and we can keep pace with them. We'll talk it through. They're going to be doing all the changes so they can really feel like they did the whole thing. Everybody can do this tutorial at their own pace and watch on screen how one person moves it forward. So maybe I'll also talk about other events that we've held. So we've had the Vice President of the European Commission on here. There have been federal agencies in different European countries, ambassadors, big corporations, and it's a very configurable space so that you get to put up the images that you want, the colors, and it ranges from regular conferences to bottom-up grassroots conferences where the participants choose the topic. That's called open space, that method of organizing. Dialogues, religious services, birthday parties, happy hours, career fairs. So we're just a place where you can create online rooms and spaces and then decide what activities people can do when they get there. So is there anyone who would like to share their screen and walk us through that tutorial? I will do the talking and you can ask the questions and do the clicking.
Where is the tutorial? I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Here we go. It's line 5 under helpful links. We'll start with this tutorial right here. And if you can't find it, I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to put it into Zoom chat.
I'm willing to share if you'd like. I'm not. You really have to help me through it. I don't know if you want somebody who's a little bit more savvy with it.
Joyce, that would be excellent. Please go ahead. There are going to be many people in the same boat. And anyone that feels even more comfortable can speed through the tutorial, look at all the links on the bottom, and then just ask us questions as you encounter them. But I think, Joyce, you're going to be right in the middle of the pack. Please feel free to share your screen. Super. Okay, so the first step is sign in, and everybody's already done that. So you can go to the next step, which says create a free event for testing purposes. We'll open up the demo circle. So what is a circle? A circle is a container where you can have collaborative tools for an online group. So here are all the events in the example circle, the example community of practice. Other tools that exist in a circle would be a weekly newsletter, a member directory, written conversations, and these are all tools you could turn on and off. Please click add an event. It's the green button in the center of the screen. So please write your name. So say Joyce's test event. And we'll do that because there's going to be several test events that people might see, and you want to be able to tell which one is yours on the calendar. And scroll down a little bit more, please, Joyce. And we're looking for where it says visible. It's at the bottom there. And change it to hidden so that no one else is going to see your event. Any questions here? We're ready to create the event. Any questions from anyone?
Yeah, Lucas, it's hidden for us because it's a practice, or it would be hidden when we started an actual event so that the public isn't seeing it.
All events generally are hidden, except for events in a circle. This is a rare case when you're putting an event in a circle that you don't really participate in because it's the demo circle. But normally when people create events, they want them to be visible in their circle because that's their community of practice. You could create this one as visible or not or hidden, and it won't make a difference either way. And also, we don't let people find your events on Qiqo Chat. The link is very long, so people can't guess it mathematically. It's very unlikely. And so that no one will enter your event, even if you don't restrict access. It is possible to restrict your event by saying only these 100 or 300 people with their email addresses are going to be admitted. But if you don't do that level of restriction, people still won't find it unless you share the link with them. And that's just to keep your event private. All right, Joyce, please click the green button that we can see saying schedule event. This will put it on the calendar, might take 15 seconds. And you'll scroll up to the top. All right, there it says Joyce's test event. There's a green button under that. It says enter the event. Again, everyone is welcome to interrupt me at any point with any questions. You're not being rude. We welcome them because you're probably not the only person with that question.
Okay,
So,
Lucas, I'm
yeah,
sorry, I'm
sure.
behind. I found out that I had an account previously, so I had to go and find the password. So I'm a little behind. I got to the point where I got to my dashboard. Would you mind just walking me through how Joyce got to this point? Did I need to create a circle?
You do not need to create a circle. Here's another way to do it. Joyce, please click on your name at the top right, and we'll catch up to where Qiqo is. So
Thank you.
it's possible that Zoom is blocking some things, but there you go, Joyce. Top right, and click My Events. It's about the 5th one on the list. So your dashboard has several pages.
Okay.
One is the list of all your events, and that's where we all are now. And Joyce's event is already listed on the right-hand side. And Qiqo, you can click the green button that says Add an Event, and you'll be in the same spot. Okay.
Don't have it.
You don't have a green button?
No.
Can you see Joyce's screen?
I can see Joyce's screen, yes.
And does your screen say My Events? Is that selected in blue?
Okay, I'm hovering over it now and it says add an event plus my past event.
Okay, please click Add an Event.
Okay.
And then all you need to do is type in the title of your event, say My Test Event. And then scroll down and click the green button that says something like Create or Schedule Event.
Got it.
Now you'll be in the same space that Joyce is. Joyce, please find where it says Joyce's Test Event. It's on the right-hand side and it says Future Events. Great, and you click on it and we're going to go back to the page where we were a moment ago.
Thank you.
All the missing profile information is optional. We can ignore that for now. On the left, you see it says Thursday, the 14th of January. That's the start date that Joyce had selected by default. And on the right-hand side, you can see that Joyce is confirmed for this event, or she's registered. If you click that button, Joyce, it will remove you from the list of people who have RSVP'd. You can go ahead and click that. And you see now there's 0 RSVPs. In American English, that means people who have responded and are going to attend or registered. You can click that again, please, Joyce, or click to RSVP. And RSVPing is optional. I'll talk for a moment about other ways people can get to your event. You could just take the link to your event right off the top of the address bar, and you could put it in an email or send it to a Facebook group or tweet it out, and people can join you. They'll show up on this page. They'll be able to create an account or even create a guest account. So the only level of security on this event so far is that it's hard to guess the link. And if you want to put other restrictions on it, you can do that. Another interesting way that people invite others to Qiqo Chat events is that they collect money through Eventbrite or some other system that's well suited for issuing tickets. You can connect Eventbrite to Qiqo Chat, and I can explain more about that if anyone's interested. When someone registers on Eventbrite, then a message is sent to Qiqo Chat. We will look for a user with that email address. And if we find that user, we're going to send that user an invitation link, a personal invitation link. If we don't find the user, we're going to create a new user with that email address. And then we send the personal invitation link. The personal invitation link makes it very easy. The person who's attending your conference does not need to create a password. They just click the link in their email and they're already signed in. Are there any questions about people getting into an event or anything up until this point?
I have a quick question.
Uh,
Yeah, so if I'm hosting an event and let's say there's 50 people, when people come in, and I think I did this, they can just sign in as a guest through LinkedIn or Google or something, and then join rather than sign up for an account. Correct?
You probably, when you created a guest account today, maybe you just typed in your username. And that is always an option on every Qiqo chat event, unless you require that their email address matches your list of authorized participants.
Okay, great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Um, So I have a question about the Eventbrite integration. So if I'm selling tickets to an event, I put an Eventbrite out, somebody buys it, and now how do they know how to get onto Qiqo? Because I'm not going to put it in the Eventbrite invitation. But does that automatically happen that Qiqo sends each registered person their own personal link? How does that work?
There's a tool in the middle that will cost you $25 for this integration. It's called Zapier.
Oh, okay.
We provide 1 hour of free tech support for any event. You can also hire us for more support if you want. And you could do almost everything you need to do yourself. We provide the documentation, but if you don't have the time to learn it, or you just want to move quickly, you have the budget for it with your client, you can hire us. We have a team that can help you make the event come to life very quickly, which includes doing the Eventbrite integration, which takes us about 20 minutes. Maybe it would take you 40 minutes the first time you do it. And once you make that connection, as soon as someone pays on Eventbrite, they're going to get an email from Qiqo Chat that you created. You wrote the text for it, you put in the images, and then they have a link that says, click here. This is your personalized access link for the conference. And even when people are signing up late and you're focused on your participants in the actual event, this is already happening. So you won't be distracted and they won't be waiting, having paid 5 minutes after the event began. This way, they get an immediate invitation. They can click right in. They don't have to mess with the password.
So then when that's not happened, it's because this middleware piece wasn't done. Like if I signed up on a Qiqo event, but on Eventbrite, and I never got the link, then that was a fail on the part of, the organizing entity to not make sure that part of it was done. I mean, because
That's true.
It's not obvious to me as a participant where it went wrong.
That's true. I remember the event that you're talking about. They didn't tell participants what to expect after they register on Eventbrite. And you should send a message that says, you're going to receive an email from Qiqo Chat in a moment. Please check your spam. But since they didn't make that connection, the participants didn't know what
Okay,
to do.
I just wanted to know if that where the fail was, just so that, to avoid it.
Yes, there's another thing that you can do where you can put in a guest login link so that as soon as someone comes to the event and you give everybody the same link, it prompts you for a username and email address, not even a password. This is half as secure, but it is secure enough. It's just come here, type in a name and an email. And if your email matches the access list, you get in. So you can put that into Eventbrite automatically as in the confirmation message, which is, here's your guest link, sign in. But the missing part there is that someone in your organizing team needs to put these email addresses into Qiqo Chat so Qiqo Chat knows to let people in.
Right, okay. That's helpful, thank you.
Invitations are important to get right. And you spend most of your time not configuring the event, but communicating with attendees, communicating with exhibitors, communicating with the client, communicating with presenters. That's the majority of event work. And configuring the space is less effort than that. Any additional questions before we go in and start configuring the event space? Please. Oh, yes, go ahead, Robert.
So when you have a whole raft of people joining, the event host is paying per person, or is the individual somehow, because they have an account, responsible for that $1? How does that work?
The host of the event pays Qiqo Chat, and the participants are probably either getting in for free or they're paying the client or the host by registering on Eventbrite. Other tools are possible. So if you're an association and you're doing a free event for all of your members, then your members already pay you an annual membership fee, and this could be a free event for them. Or if it's an annual conference, it's a few $100s. You collect money through your regular registration system. It could be an association management system. It could be Eventbrite. It could be other competitors to Eventbrite. And then that integration happens where we had mentioned you get an automatic invitation. So you can collect money for your event using a third-party tool, but integrate that third-party tool with Qiqo Chat so the invitation goes out immediately. Okay, Joyce. Yes, go ahead, please.
And you said it's $3.40 per person per day. Did I catch that right?
For a 4-hour workshop, that's the cost.
Okay.
The specific cost is in our notes, and I'll also put it here in the chat. It says when people join the video chat, so there's no cost when you're setting up the event. When people join the video chat, the cost is $1 per day per person plus 1 cent per minute per person. We have a pricing calculator where you can see how that will affect your event. For most events, we find that people are paying $50, $100, $500 for the conference, and you're paying Qiqo Chat like $3, $7, $10 per person. So it's a huge margin for the organizers.
Thank you.
Please click Participate Now in the center of the screen, and we can just see out of the box by creating this event with just Joyce's test event, what the space looks like. We see the familiar butterfly photo, which is default, and on the right, we see notes. We see the main room on the left and 10 breakout rooms going down the side. You can have up to 100 breakout rooms. All of these rooms are connected to a separate Zoom meeting. You didn't have to do anything to make that happen. You could host your event just like this. If you had a quick event, maybe you want to change that photo. Maybe you want to put some notes in here to give people an agenda, but it's ready to go. You're ready to meet. Now you probably just want to make it look better or customize it so that it meets the branding of your organization. Any questions about what we see here? And then we can go in and start configuring the event. Please click at the top of the screen, Edit. It's next to the words Joyce's test event. Thanks, Joyce. All right, this is the same form that you used when you created the event. The title is there, the description is there. You can put a brief description if you want, but it's not necessary. There's the start time, which comes next that you can see, and the duration is in minutes. So if you have a 3-day event, multiply, it's just the number of minutes in 3 days. And we'll say 4320. That's 3 days. We could do that. Joyce, 4320 is the number of minutes. You could leave it on January 14th and right there, 4320. So that's going to say 3 days. And if you do have a multi-day event, up at the top in the title where it says Joyce's test event, I recommend also putting in parentheses the dates, January 11-14, something like that, I think can be helpful so that people know they're going to come back to the same link 3 days in a row. They don't have to go to different links. Perfect. Thanks, Joyce. Now, the number of participants is the next. Go ahead and put 100 in there, please. And that helps us know if there's a 1,000-person event, we're going to scale up our servers. So it's just a check to make sure that we don't get surprised by any large events that we're not aware of. It doesn't affect your billing. You only get billed for when people are using Zoom. Zoom gives us the usage calculation every evening. So if you have an 8-hour event, but on average people are there for 4 hours, you're only paying for what people actually use. Please click the orange section, Customize your main space and breakouts. You can set the number of breakout spaces here. By default, it's 10. You can change it to 5 if you like. And in the next big box, we're going to put some room names. Can you please put in lobby and then go to a new line, and everybody can put in whatever they'd like. Joyce, please put in main stage or auditorium. Either one is good. And if you could capitalize main stage, that'll look a little, very good. You may want to capitalize these. It'll look a little bit better. These are going to be the words that are on the buttons. Great. Thank you. Okay, and let's scroll down a little bit. That's good for now. And we can skip the, oh, how about the next one? It says add a discussion topic for the main space. And please put welcome, exclamation point, check in here. This will be for the lobby. You might have like a greeter in a store standing at the front door, just saying hi and answering people's questions, answering questions especially for latecomers. And then you see the main stage is the next room that Joyce typed in, so that people can check into the lobby first and go to the main stage later. We'll skip the discussion topics for now. And in online tools, that's the next area, let's get a Google Doc. Tab 1 in your Safari browsers, Joyce, it says Quick Start, create an event. Can you copy the link that's in tab 1, please? I see it at the top left of your screen. Maybe Zoom is blocking it. There it is. You can, tab 1 will be all the way on the left. It has a blue icon and Quick Start. Great. Just click on that, and now we're back on that Google Doc. Please click at the very top, Joyce, where it says docs.google.com. It's possible that Zoom is hiding it. Can you see the very top of the page? Even higher. You don't have to scroll anymore. If you just move your mouse to the very top and you move it a little bit higher, can you get any higher than that? You're on mute right now, so I don't know if you were saying anything. But there we are.
I'm trying to unmute. I can't get any higher than this on the top of the screen.
Do you see it? Maybe where are all the photos from when you're screen sharing?
I don't.
Are they on the, do you see me waving?
Yes. Oh, you're at the bottom.
Okay, so at the very top of the page, do you see help at the very top center of your screen? Not in the browser, but above Safari.
Oh, above. Oh, you're talking about the Safari. Okay, yeah, okay. I do.
And then you can click on help again to make it go away. And then right under help, it says docs.google.com.
No, it doesn't. Now I've got Zoom in there.
Oh, Zoom's in the way. See if you can drag that to the side.
Let's see if that is part of the problem here. I can't. I can move this. It just it won't. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. Now I have docs.
Perfect. Well, this is what this is all about. It's about testing. So if you copy that link, perfect. Now you've got a copy. That's just the link to a Google Doc. Please go all the way to the far right side. It says Edit Event. It's your 5th tab on the screen.
All the way to the right, edit event. Okay, yeah, got
Okay,
it.
now we're back in here. Now we've got the link to the Google Doc copied. Please scroll down and online tools, just paste it in there.
Oh,
That's
that's not it.
no, that's okay.
YouTube.
You can undo that.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Where again do I find this doc?
let's go to tab 1 at the far left of the screen.
Yeah, okay,
right.
tab 1. Okay.
Click on docs.google.com at the top. And now you've got it
Yes,
selected.
okay.
Please copy with Command C.
Yes.
All
I
right, now
thought I did that.
back to
And
edit
back to
events, which will be on
edit
the far
event,
right.
the far right, from the far right. Okay.
All right,
Now let me try. Yeah, so the far right for me.
now we got it. Perfect.
Got it this time for some
And
reason.
let's do
Okay.
one more thing. Here's an advanced trick with Google Docs. Please go to the 2nd row. So hit enter and go down one
Okay.
row and paste the same thing in again. And instead
Okay.
of preview at the end of it, delete the word preview, please put edit. And you'll see the difference between one Google Doc link that has preview and one that has edit. The editable one you can edit, the preview one is read only. And we'll scroll all the way down to the bottom, please, and click update. Okay, it's loading. Now we have the Google Doc in the center of the screen. We have on the left-hand side, I can see the buttons names have changed: lobby, main stage, restroom, kitchen. Also, there's a topic that you put in the lobby. It says, welcome, check in here.
Okay.
Please go to the 2nd room called main stage. This is the same Google Doc, but it had /edit after it. And this is a little misorienting for folks because Google has to put in that a table of contents on the left, which says quick start guide. It's like right in the center of the screen. It's a little painful. So once the participants close that, they don't have to close it again, but that does throw people off. So that's why I often use the /preview link instead of /edit. So you can close that, and
I see.
you see all the buttons are all at the top too. And the preview link didn't have that. The preview link was cleaner. So you could see it again. If you go back to lobby, you'll see the difference.
Okay.
All right, I've got a link for you to put in at the top of the page. Joyce, please click edit. We're going to put in a banner image.
Edit. Oh, edit in here. Okay, where is that? Where is the edit?
At the very top left, we'll see Joyce's test
Oh,
event.
yeah, up there. Okay, sorry. Got
It's
it.
a subtle button. We do that because
you don't want anybody editing, but the organizer, right?
That's right. We don't want the participants to really notice it if the organizer is sharing their screen. All right, so please click the orange section if you scroll down a little bit.
Customize?
Yes, and this is going to be a little hard. You got to go now to Zoom chat and get the link, please. I'm going to put in banner, image, link. And see if you can copy that link in Zoom chat. If you don't see Zoom chat while you're sharing your screen, Joyce, you'll have to go to more in Zoom.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, great. And then it's like a select all or a copy. It's a little bit difficult. Once you've got that, if you've got the link copied, scroll down a little bit more, and there it is, banner images, we'll put it in there.
Okay.
Okay. That
does it.
I'm wondering if Zoom, when you copied it, can you go over to the left side where it says PNG?
Yeah.
And do a backspace, please, on in front of the P. We're going to try to get that up to the top line.
Okay.
Okay, hit a dot. I guess it's just wrapping, but that's okay. I think we can just ignore that. So put the dot
So-
back there,
Put the dot back, okay.
and let's go down to the orange, the green button at the bottom, and click update, please. Good.
Okay.
So we've got a banner image in there. That's an image that I had uploaded elsewhere. And if anyone else would like to upload their own banner image, they can do that with the link I'm going to put in the Zoom chat.
Okay.
You can upload an image, PDF, etc.
So essentially, Lucas, we can do this for each of the rooms that we have. We can create the the look and feel for each.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
sorry, I answered for Lucas.
That's good. Well, this is a community of practice, so please feel free to. Yep, you can use the same banner in all the rooms. You can use a GIF, so it can be a moving banner. Joyce, do you have an image or a PDF that we could upload from your computer? Or I can, if not, I can demo that.
An image from my computer.
I can do this one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Probably I have to look around.
All right, I'll share my screen here, and the link I just put in the chat, Universe New Resource. So you're putting a new resource into Qiqo. This is the same page you can use to create a blog post or custom HTML. Example PDF, or let's say example image. This is where you'd create your blog post if you were doing that, but we're not doing that. We're going to upload an image, and that's over here. Upload a file. Option 1, upload a file from your computer. Click choose file. And over here, I have a screenshot of the Qiqo page. It's a standard, some similar experience to what you might do at another website. And so we've uploaded an example image, open the file. And now we have an image up there on Qiqo chat. And you can copy this and you can use it in your event. So once again, to show what Joyce did, I click edit. And I'll put it, customize your main space and breakouts, and a banner image. It can go here. So I can also put it on all the rooms if we want. Like update. Okay, so there's a banner above the notes. I'll check to see if there's any questions people have posted yet. No, so you're welcome to just shout them out. We can also, oh yes, go ahead.
My visual is not showing. The one that we put in the main stage, I can't, all of a sudden I can't see it to the right, the banner. Where did it go?
Can you share your screen, please?
I certainly can. Got to figure out which screen it is. This one, I think. Share.
Great. Is it possible you put it in the main stage?
Oh, Luke.
Okay,
I've got two screens going. I'm confusing myself.
Oh, okay. No, you're in the right spot. If you want to put that, so we were seeing your screen. If you could put that right back where you've had it, that was very good. We now see the tulips or the.
Do you move it back here?
Yes, where you had it. There it is.
There you go.
We can see it. On the left-hand side, can you click main stage? It's towards the bottom. Maybe your image is in the main stage. Now let's go see. Okay, see that image seems like it's not
broken.
Yes, so let's go take a look. Can you right click on it and say open image in a new tab. And let's go to tab 2. I see. Please click on that. And please upload it again. Or if you want, we can track down the thing that you did upload. Would you like us to track down? Let's track down the thing that you did upload.
Yes, please.
Okay, please click your name at the top right. You'll also see it says EN. Anyone can change their language. There's different languages down there. And if your language is not available, you can reach out to me and anyone can help me get Qiqo in a new language. Okay, so please click that again. And then we're looking for My Circles and Activity. There it is. And if we scroll down a little bit, these are all the things that you've created. So this will be under Articles and Resources. It's the button towards the right. I guess maybe it didn't save, or I'm not sure what might have happened, but let's create a new one again. If you go back to that new resource link, or if you go down and click the blue button that's towards the bottom, it says New Article. That'll be the same action, creating a new article or resource. And you may want to stop sharing your screen if you want, because we'll see as you upload a file, we'll see your files and we don't want to see anything private. So, okay, so then you'll put in a name for the file and then go down to the bottom and click Upload File. And then you can upload a PDF or an image that way. While she's doing that, do others have any questions? Okay, Bukioro, how's it going?
I think I have copied the image that you sent to, can you hear me? Yes, the image that you sent to us. Where do I upload it? Oh, upload.
Do you want to you can upload an image from your computer.
I took the Universe Qiqo chat that you sent to us. I put it under option 2.
Oh, okay.
No?
Instead, try option 1 and try uploading something from your computer.
Okay, I can do that. Choose a file.
Any image. These files are public, but people don't find them because the links are hard to guess. So you don't put sensitive documents up there. These are documents that are intended to be shared in your events.
Okay. And then I click Publish.
Yes, please. And now you could share your screen again.
Okay. This is what I want to share. Where is it?
The link to the image is on that button. You can either right-click on the button that says Open this file. It's the blue button at the top. You could right-click Copy Image Address or copy, or you can click on it like that. And then please grab the link at the very top of the screen, copy that, and that is the link that we're going to use.
Okay.
Now we've got it. Please click on tab 1 and then edit. It's in the center of the screen next to where it says Details TBD.
Okay. I guess the question I have, Lucas, is where am I intending to put this graphic? Is it for the main stage?
You can put it in one or more. So the image that you put up there just now is tall and it's like a flyer. So a good place for that will be in the center of the screen instead of the notes. The banner image that I put up there previously with the panoramic view of the river and mountains, that's good for a banner at the top. So that would be short and wide. Let's go ahead and put your image and replace the notes on the right-hand side. It'll look good there. So I'll show you how to do it. Please click Edit. We don't want to paste here. Please click, there we go, Edit. And now in the orange section of the page, customize your main room, main space and breakouts. Great. Please scroll down and down a little further there where it says banner. You can take that one out. Just the delete. Great. And then right above that, it says online tools. Please paste your image there. And now we're going to see your image in the main room. You can scroll all the way down, click the green button. Great.
Okay. Got it.
Nice.
Now let's say you want multiple tools in the main room there. Right now you have one image, but maybe you want to schedule a YouTube video.
Mhm.
I'll provide you with a YouTube video link.
Where is that? Where is that?
I'm putting the YouTube. I'm putting the YouTube video link inside Zoom chat.
Inside the chat. Okay, got it.
Please open that. I'm not sure which browser. If you click on it, it'll open it in. Sometimes Zoom is connected to a different browser.
Actually, I have too many screens open right now.
Embedding a YouTube video is pretty common, so this is a good thing for us to try out.
Okay. So I've grabbed the visual.
When you're ready, there's something we have to do. We have to get the embed link. So if you're able to share your screen, or if you'd rather pass, I can turn the baton over to someone else. Okay, great. So please, in the new tab at the top, it looks like, I think we're in Chrome right now. Open a new tab, please, and paste in that YouTube link. Perfect. And great. Let's go to that video. We can't paste in the link to the video. Instead, we have to click the embed link. So please scroll down a little bit and it'll say, down a little more, share. Okay, we click share, and on the left, it says embed. Please copy the embed code. I think if you just click in it, anywhere in it, and
wow.
now copy. So you've got the whole thing.
Mhm.
You can close this tab and we'll automatically see our Qiqo chat event. At the very top of the browser, you can also click where the red button is, and you can close it all the way at the top there.
Okay.
So right now we don't see your event, we see the event that I created.
Oh my
Let's go
God.
find your event. Please click on your name at the top right, and then say My Events. Scroll down a little bit, and we should see your event. There it is. Now you have the Edit button in the center of the screen next to Details TBD. Right now we have the embed code. Please paste that embed code in the description.
Wow.
And okay, we'll scroll all the way down and click Update, please. We're going to show back up in the main page. But if we want to see where the video is and where the description is, it's on the RSVP page. At the top left, there looks like a blue back button. Please click that and then Event RSVP page. This is where people land when the... Okay, so the video is in there, but notice it's overhanging that gray line a little bit. The video has a fixed width by default. Now I'll teach you just a little bit of HTML, a very quick way to make this 100% width. So it's going to flex with your page.
Got it.
Please scroll up and click Edit next to Details TBD. In those 4 lines that you've pasted, the top line says iframe width 560. Click on 560 and change it to 100%. And then for 315, let's make it a little bit taller. Let's make it 415, please. Scroll down to the bottom and click the green button, please. And we'll go back to the blue button at the top left and back to our RSVP page. Now the video is going to be 100% width of the available space. If your browser changes, you could try Control-, and then that will change the zoom level of your browser. Control- and Control+. You'll see the video expands and contracts based on the available width. If you scroll up a little bit, you'll see that once you're zoomed in,
Right.
the middle of the page takes the whole thing. It's called responsive design for mobile. So when you're zoomed in, it's pretending you're a narrow window, and then it pretends that you're like a mobile screen. So, okay, this is all looking good.
Can you clarify, how did that video end up in the RSVP section?
The description is only displayed in the RSVP section. Please click on the edit button again, and I'll show you where we pasted that. So these are the things, these top 3 or 4 things are what show up in the RSVP page, the title and the description right here. Then if you scroll down, you'll see the start time and duration. Very good. Now let's take this video and also put it into one of the breakout rooms. The embed link is the only thing we'll need though. Instead of copying the entire embed code, please copy just the part that's on line 2 that says HTTPS. It's just the part inside those quotation marks. Not all the way to the end, but perfect. Please copy that. So this is the embed code, and you don't have to memorize what I'm telling you here. It's in the link, which displays all of the information to how to embed all sorts of things into Qiqo. Next to YouTube video, it explains how to do what we're doing here. Plus, you'll have the recording that you can go back to. So you've copied it. Now, please scroll down to the orange section, customize your main space and breakouts. We're going to put this embed code into one of the breakout rooms. Please scroll down to where it says Online Tools and put this on the second row. You may have to hit the End key. It'll go all the way to the right, and enter when you get there. Great. Now the embed link is in the second room, and the photo with the purple photo is in the first room. Please scroll down and click the green button. We're going to go back to the main room. We'll see the purple photo in the main room. And now click on underneath the main stage, click on the first room that you have, lobby, and we'll see the YouTube video there. Now, if you'd like to put the YouTube video and the purple photo in the same room, I'll show you how to do that next. Please click Edit. That's at the top center of the screen. And let's go back to the orange section, and then, perfect, and down to the Online Tools. In front of the first one, please type in agenda and a colon. That's, and no space, perfect. And then on the second row, please type in video, colon. These are still in 2 separate rooms. To make the second one go in the first room, please bring it up to the first line. So go all the way to the left. It's hard to cut and paste this, so I'd recommend just click on the left-hand side and hit the backspace or delete just one time. That'll bring you up to the top row. Now, it's all mushed in there together. Hit the space bar one time. And maybe the right arrow, and you'll see where your cursor is. It's a little hard. I'm showing you the fast way, but also the hard way. So, and you keep hitting the right arrow, you'll see there's your second link. So the video link is on the right, and the other link is on the left, and they're separated with a space. So the 2 names are agenda colon link, space, video colon link. And it's just a space in the middle there, and that's how we know to go to the next tab, next tab. Let's go take a look and see what this looks like, and then I'll show you the easier way to do this. This is the fast way to do it. I'll show you the easier way to do it. At the top, you can see Agenda. It's a new button. And you can see Video.
Interesting.
Anybody else like to try that? I know that that's complicated, and I wasn't looking at anyone else's screen. Would anyone else like to share their screen, and I can help you get the 2 tabs there? I think some people would appreciate being able to do that a second time.
Yes, absolutely.
Anybody want to share their screen? Okay. Now, I'll show you the next way that's easier to keep track of a lot of Google Docs. I'll do this one here. I'm going to click Edit. And when we have lots and lots of documents, it's hard to track them in that box. You saw Bukiyotu hitting Edit and backspace and space and colon. It's too much for anyone to enjoy. So let's click on Customize your main space and Breakouts. And this is where we're putting in all those online tools. That's where she put in the YouTube video. I'll click Helpful Hints right here. Now there's a lot of helpful hints. It's really meant for if it's 9 o'clock at night, your conference is tomorrow, and you've got some change to do at the last minute, and you're on your own. We wrote down hopefully as much as you need. So it's more words than you want, but hopefully they're all the words that you need. We recommend keeping a list of all your notes pages outside of Qiqo Chat using a copy of this Google spreadsheet template. So this is a more organized way for you and your fellow organizers to keep track of all the links. I have the YouTube video. I'm going to go back in and grab the embed code. Okay. I click Share. Embed. I'll grab all of that embed code. And I just need the link. So I'm just editing it up here. I'm just getting the link out that way. It's just the place I wanted to edit. I could have put this in a Word document or any other place you like to edit text. And I'll just take that embed link right there. So here's my main space. Here's room 1, room 2, room 3. This is where the information for the first button or tab goes. This is the space where the second tab goes. And I'll clear this out so we can start with a fresh example. I'll say video, and I'll paste in the link. Notice this is getting built automatically. This is what you're going to copy and paste into Qiqo Chat. You don't have to worry about the colons and everything else. It puts it in the right format for you. The second thing, maybe I want to put in a Google drawing. I'll share this link with you. This is from the last training. I'm putting example Google drawings into Zoom chat. And so we said video, there's the link to the video. Draw, there's the link to the Google drawing. Web page, I'll put https example.com. And normally you'd have different things in each room, but I'm just going to put it all in the same room for now. Correction, the same items in each room. See room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4. So this puts all these links in the right format. And if I make some changes here, it updates instantly. So I'm just going to copy the green part. And here, when we're editing our event in the online tools section, right where we found this spreadsheet template, we paste in what was in green, right? So that green part, that's right here. That is what goes into where it says online tools. And then I'll scroll down and click the update button. And so now I've got 3 links. There's our video. You can draw. So people can be moving Post-its around. And then a web page. There's the example. All right, so we'll go back here. I'm going to clean this up. Since this is the template, I'll put it back to the way it was. So you can try this template out. You don't need to do it now, but at least knowing it's there is important for when you have large events and you have a fellow organizer, and maybe you've got 30 different vendor booths. Let's show what vendor booths look like. Here we have a traditional conference with a symposium in the main room, and then vendor booths. Vendors are often how a conference is paid for. So it's important to give them something that's valuable. Here is a YouTube video to explain how this page works, but this is just an example. We can have different notes, an agenda, PDF. That's something that the client made. And I just want to show you vendor booths. So I click ZGF Architects. That's the name of the vendor. And their website will load here. You can load in their Instagram, a brochure. I don't think I showed you all the things that you can embed. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you haven't.
Okay, great. Because this is the 4th time I'm having this conversation today. So
See yourself coming and going.
here are all the tools that you can, here's different Google Docs, Etherpad, it's a more secure or privacy-centric version of Google Docs called CryptPad in the European Union. Whiteboarding tools like Miro, Google Drawings. And you click on any of these and you'll see the instructions for how to embed it. So full interactivity with Miro, and then all these other whiteboarding tools that you can make your space interactive.
Where is this link?
Let's see. I'm going to clear out what we've done here and put our notes back. Other questions while I'm getting this done?
Yes, Lucas. My question is, in that spreadsheet where you populated it with the same, just for convenience purposes, if you had all these different tabs that you were going to use to populate it with these various options one has, can you load them there and they automatically will populate on the all the meeting material?
Robert, I didn't fully understand the question.
I'm sorry. Let me sit with it and see if I can come up with a better way of putting it.
Okay, yeah, and as soon, Thank you. I look forward to getting a chance to answer it. The next thing that people want to do is change this photo over here. I'm going to click Edit, and I scroll down to Customize, and you could choose any of the ones that you've created. Cheese making, images, cheese. These are just, you think there's only 2 available, and then you can create all the ones that you want. So the way that you create a template over here, click on your name, please, and then My Event Design Templates. And we're just going to upload some photos here. So I'll click New, and this will be training 4 p.m. Eastern. And that's just a title for me to know which one is which. I'll click Add Main Space. So I'll put a photo in. That's going to be for the main room, and say this one is going to be for the next room. So for the main room, I'll say main room. Display order is 0 because at breakout room 1, I can say display order is 1. Display order 2 for breakout 2. It's an easier way for me to think about it, but you can put any number you want there. The display order just tells us which photo we're going to display in order. So I'm going to upload a photo here, background photo. I think we've got a panoramic view here. They say photo is wider than it is tall. If it's a wide photo. And I think I'll delete this one. We'll just put in one photo. Create. Let's see, what photo did I? Okay, here's a very wide photo, but we're going to put this one in. We'll see how it looks different each time. So this is called Training 4 p.m. Eastern. When we're editing our event, instead of the cheese making, go to Customize and take out the banner because it kind of clashes visually with what we're putting in here. Training 4 p.m. Eastern. And I only have one photo, so it's going to apply to all the rooms. If you have a second photo, okay, so there, that lines up like that. If I was to edit this, and I'm going to say photo is not wider than it is tall. When the photo is wider, it goes the full width. We'll see the difference now when I say it's not wider. I'll refresh the page. Well, I think I'll open it in a new tab so we can compare the two. So there, this one will take the full height. So just 2 different ways to display the same photo. Some photos are going to look better one way or another. And you can, cool thing is you could try it out. If you don't like it, you try it the other way and you get to choose. This one's a little bit blurry, but so take a high resolution photo. One great site is Unsplash, where you can find anything. And they're royalty-free images. Unsplash.com. All right, so that's the way that you can customize these pages. We have a banner that we've shown across the top. We've done Google Docs, YouTube videos. You could do PDF the same way as you put in an image. We put in that big purple photo and these images on the left. Maybe one more thing to do would be to change the colors of everything. And if you go to this tutorial for changing the styles, tutorial about custom styles, I'll open that one up. And there's some default style that you can just take out of the box, which makes the colors pop. It'll look like this with pink and green. And then from there, you're also able to change the colors. As I mentioned earlier, we provide an hour of free support for any of your events, so you don't have to figure this out on your own. This is intimidating. But if all you do is copy this, it's still going to look great. Just copy the whole thing. You may not know what it does, but that's okay, because you'll just see it looks good. So if you have the patience, you can go down line by line and learn what all of this code above that you're copying, what each line does. So this one here says the start time background color is going to be this. That's a color. And that's how the color is set. That's what's happening up here. But I'm just going to copy all of this part in the gray area and paste it into the event. Click Edit, Custom Text and Formatting. Here you can set the default language for your event. You could change the words on the RSVP button, the Participate Now button, tech support phone number. Instead of room, you can use the word like breakout or space or studio or whatever you like. Change name for the main room, change join video for. And I'm going to paste in custom CSS right here. Stands for cascading style sheets, but you don't need to know that. All right, so we just pasted in from the tutorial all the colors. And here we have the new color. Aside from the blurry photo, I think it looks pretty good.
So what colors exactly did you change with that? The colors of the buttons, or what did you change?
The background of the page, the color of this button over here, the color of this button. The buttons now are square instead of rounded a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Do I have the old one? Here's the old one.
I see.
Here's the new one.
I see. I got it. Okay, so if you wanted to change the colors away from this into another set of colors, then you have to figure out what the color code is for each one of those things, right?
Yes.
Is there a list of those somewhere?
Here's one way to do it. Let's say, here's an important button. Let's say we want to change the color of this. And not a lot of people who aren't software developers know how to do this. So don't be intimidated by what you're about to see. But it's fun once you start taking, and you start to understand how the page is built. I'm going to right click on it and say inspect. And I'll just preface this with, it's completely not necessary for you to create a great event. You can always ask us for help, either at all of our open office hours. We're happy to show how to do this. We're happy to do this with you. And we give you an hour of free support for every event. But if you're watching the video and you want to replay it and watch how I do this step by step, it's not too hard when someone shows you. So we right click on anything and select inspect. And this area is going to pop out on the side of the screen. And you could see this is the button. It doesn't mean anything to you, but you could see that it's selected at the top left of the page. See how it's blue over there? And when I hover over this one thing that I just right clicked on, so remember I right clicked and I did inspect, and then it selected this. So this is that element on the page. And if I look at it and I say, okay, F42D6A, I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna write down F42D6A. I'm gonna write that because I'm gonna go back in the color code and I'm gonna find where it says F42D6A. Now I'm gonna change that color here. This part's easy. Click on the little color and okay, pretty intuitive. Make it a different color here. We can make it this color. And I take a look at that color and I write it down. 09B0B8. Okay. Any questions about what you see right now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see if we can figure it out. So I'll close this part on the top right and I click edit.
Custom text and formatting.
Now we're looking for F42. All right, there it is. Actually, we found it, F42. I can also search on the page, F42. It looks like it's in a few places. I'll change it in both places. 09B0B8. And there it is again. And we'll scroll down and update. And it works. You don't need to know how it works, but you see that it does.
Magic.
And you could do that with any other part of the page too that has a unique color.
Lucas, may I ask if I can have that detail that you were looking at with all the list of the things that it started with a template at the top? I can't seem to find my page.
Absolutely. And a quick answer for Jody asks, can the banner image be resized once it's been uploaded since you're taking it from a URL? Jody, the banner image at the top of the page will always stretch to the full width. So it stays proportional, which means the wider it gets, the taller it gets. And then the narrower it gets, the shorter it gets. So it stays same proportion, but changes, and we can't affect the height easily because some part would get cut off if we did, but that's how it works. You could scrunch it, but you only want to scrunch it if it's something that's not a photo, because a photo you can tell if it's been scrunched. If it's a pattern, you can scrunch it, and I can help you with that. And now, Bukiotu, you've asked about
the list that you were working from a second ago.
Okay.
Yes, that one there.
This list here is from our event. I'm going to put it into the Zoom chat again. This is our free training event. And if you were looking for the specific tutorial, here's the tutorial about custom styles. That was that one here. And here's a fun one to test out networking tools. I'll click on this, testing out spatial chat and wonder. There's a few fun networking tools that you can put into your event. Maybe you want to call one of these rooms networking. And inside here, we have a few of these networking tools that can be embedded. Spatial chat is the one that I recommend. Notice that there's no join Zoom link over here. It's because joining video will happen here on the browser. This tool that you're about to see is a great complement to being locked in the boxes of Zoom. Here, I'm going to click continue after entering my name. And then I can see that my video is working I can see my microphone is working, and I'll click join space. If it wasn't, you've got some options here. Now I've entered the space, and the cool thing about this is I can move it around. There's nobody else in here right now, but if there was, and I'm going to share the link. I'm going to right click down here, copy link address. I'm going to put this in Zoom chat, and you're welcome to join me there. Or even better, I will put it into our training. I'm going to put a new room here called networking room. I click edit. I go down to customize your main space and breakouts. And our spaces don't have names yet. Main room, networking, room 1, room 2, room 3. We only need 5 rooms. And I'm going to put this spatial chat tool in the networking room. Networking is the second on the list. So I'm going down to row 2, and I just paste in the spatial chat link. We're going to be using video from spatial chat, so we don't want to be using video from Zoom. So I'm going to hide the Zoom button for that room. That's in the show hide section here. The main room is 0. Breakout room 1 is 1. Breakout room 2 is 2. So I'm in the networking room, which is after the main room. So it's room number 1. I'm hiding join video button there. I know that that wasn't completely obvious because in this case, room 1 is actually room 2. This is the order. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. That's how the ordering works. The top row is always 0. Next one is 1, because more commonly, you just have breakout rooms starting here. I think that what I said there was pretty confusing, so I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to put the networking room here. This is room 0. This is room 1, room 2, room 3. Okay, that makes sense. Room 1 is actually room 1 in Qiqo. And then that means this is room 4. So I'm going to put spatial chat. Right now it's at room 1, as we could see up here. Room 2, room 3, room 4. So now this corresponds to networking because it's on that row. And the room that we're going to hide the video button is room 4. I know that and understand that that's confusing, but if you were doing this, you might have to do it twice, but you'll get it. You'll absolutely get it working.
So even if you don't have something on every line, you just skip those lines so that it goes to that room.
That's right. The notes page is going to be there. And if you put in the word none, then the notes page won't be there.
Okay.
And that is listed here.
Helpful hints. Okay, good.
And same thing here. Helpful hints, helpful hints. Maybe we want to hide room 3. Or hide room 2, just to see what it looks like to have a hidden room. And so we're hiding the video in that room. And so the room is hidden. And here's our networking room. Remember, we hid the join video in this room. And now there's this big image here of spatial chat. And if you like, go ahead and click into the networking room, and you're going to join me here in spatial chat.
Sorry, so that works even when you're on Zoom already and another spatial chat works even though you're like usually when you go from one room to another room on Zoom, it closes the Zoom you were in. Spatial chat doesn't work that way. Is that right?
The best way to use spatial chat is actually when you're not on video, but because we're doing a test here, we're all connected on video. So I'll share my screen one more time. So you're right, Joyce, this is not usual. When you get to the networking room, type in your name and then click continue. You may get a notice that says another application is using your video or microphone. That's likely for many different operating systems. So you can't actually participate when we're about to do right now. But if you had Zoom closed, then you would. And that's normal. If you're networking, you wouldn't be connected to Zoom in the main room. So I'll click join space and I'll see if there's others there. And there are. I'm going to scroll down and mute myself so that they don't hear the audio twice. But we can see here's Simon. And I'm on mute right now. You can see the mute button. But as I move further away, if I wasn't muted, then I would become quieter to them and louder to other people. So it's very free flowing. You can move this box on the left over. So now you get the full screen. You can have 50 people in one of these rooms. It costs $25 to add it to your event. We pay $50 a month for it. Yeah, so I'm also going to put in, this sometimes works, and I'm going to put in the Pavarotti video. I'm not sure if it has ads, it might be a problem. So let me find one that doesn't.
I've been on Noom for 4 months. I've lost 27 pounds.
You know that if you use the Brave browser, there's no ads in YouTube.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that is
What was that,
great to hear.
Joyce?
That's a pro tip.
She said if you use the Brave browser, the browser named Brave.
Really? Thank you.
Okay, this one plays without any ads. So I'm going to try embedding this into here. I have to be the admin. So if you were buying this from us or renting it from us, you get the password here. And then you can come in as the admin. And I can add this YouTube video. Make sure I have the same one. This is room 5. Okay, this is spatial chat 5. I'm going to come in as the administrator. So I have other admin controls here. See, there's a few people that are joining. I'm going to mute myself there. And I'll click this one, share video. And the video shows up. And I'm going to click it. Can anybody else hear the video?
Slightly. Very faintly.
I'm going to mute myself to see if it's coming in that way. And I'm going to turn up the volume.
Yeah, it's coming in through yours. It's not coming in directly. Oh, I can hear it.
I turned it up now, so I'm not muted anymore.
Yeah,
But
it's coming through your machine.
when I'm muted on Zoom, it's still coming through to you, which makes me think that you're hearing it maybe from one of the other participants. But anyway, as long as there isn't some echo, then it's working fine. It's well enough. If you move yourself closer to Mozart, he'll play louder. It's like if you walk away from the DJ in a live event.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll stop that and I'll leave this. Does anybody still hear the music playing, by the way?
I don't think so.
Okay, I guess maybe it's coming through my headphones there at the very end.
Lucas, what did you say the limitations were to being able to join that spatial room? Because I'm still getting the 3 blue dots as if it's waiting to let me in.
It can have up to 50 people. So I don't think that's the blocker right now. It's possible that because you're on Zoom, your camera is not available to that application, or your microphone is not available. Afterwards, maybe after we're done with Zoom, you can try going in there. I'm going to leave that up and folks can test it out. I think if you are using it, I would also recommend having a networking room in just Zoom, because everyone's going to be able to use Zoom if they're already in your main room. So for anyone that has any difficulties, you will cover yourself if you also have a networking room that's just Zoom based, which just maybe has a picture and it's like Zoom networking, and then a join video link at the top left, which was what you'd have by default. You probably would want someone in there to create breakout rooms and to do so in a way where people can move themselves between breakout rooms freely.
This is very cool. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Today we covered some invitations, how you invite people. We covered some networking. We covered exhibitor booths. We covered uploading documents, putting multiple documents in one room. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any other notes from the other trainings that we didn't touch on here. There's some other links that you might want to peruse. We talked about integrating with Eventbrite. If you're interested in translating your language, anybody that speaks a language other than English, we have, it looks like 10 languages translated so far. And we're open to any more. We can handle the left to right languages only at this time. One other tool that's a little different than the events tool that we had is called the Gardens. And I'll go to the Liberating Structures Community of Practice. They have a circle on Qiqo Chat, kind of like having a group on Facebook. When you go to the homepage of a circle, a community circle, you have a calendar. Many of you created an event in the demo community of practice, the demo circle. Here are upcoming events. Let's go take a look at the calendar. Many of these events are not on Qiqo Chat. They use Qiqo Chat to house their Google Calendar. So this is a shared Google Calendar for your community. When someone creates an event here, it is connected to Slack. So the community's Slack channel called Events is going to get a notification that someone added something to this Google Calendar. People who've clicked this button here, down at the bottom says Google Calendar, can integrate this Google Calendar, this community calendar, with the calendar they use on a daily basis. So as people are on Qiqo and adding events, they show up in everybody's calendar automatically. They don't have to come to Qiqo to find out what's going on. The events come to you. Something else in a circle, if we click Menu and the Gardens are a simple way to get on Zoom. You can put any text you want here. It says the always on meeting place for the Liberating Structures community, drop in anytime. Think of this like a park near your home. You never know who's going to be there at any given time, but you can expect there's going to be some neighbors walking their dog, something like that. So when you click join video, right now it's just me. You don't know who's going to be here. This is for impromptu meetings. If your community has a rhythm where every Tuesday at noon, they're having lunch together, this is a great way to do that. And then if the central garden gets too busy, too crowded, you've got all these other gardens to jump into. You can go to garden number 5. It has a different photo that you customize. And you could set the topic in all the other gardens. So We'll say this topic is about hiking. And so people can see that somebody is in Garden 5 talking about hiking.
It is the garden. So the garden is it's a Zoom space. Does it have all the other functionality of Qiqo?
The gardens are very similar to events. When you click click edit, it looks like an event, but there's a few things that are taken out of it. The gardens don't have the collaborative tools here on the right-hand side by default, but you see the familiar structure of people in a breakout room. When you join Zoom in the gardens, you can't become the Zoom host unless you make coordination with me and I do something for you on the back end. So these are leaderless Zoom meetings. You have the regular Zoom controls. This is the gardens and the events are the same price. $1 per day per person plus a penny per minute per person. All other events in the circles are free. Did I answer your question, Mary Jo?
I think so.
If you wanted to display notes in the garden, you could put them here. You click edit.
So how would I use the garden? So I'm on the board of a social enterprise ecosystem space, you know, that was a hub, and now we're of course online. So we have programs, and I can see how we would do an event. We had an event yesterday, for instance, last night at this time, that was our typical accelerator pitch night and celebration. So I could see how the event system would work really well. We also do, you know, drinks or by, you know, and brown bags and those sorts of things by topic. So would those be gardens that we could offer to the community, or are they circles?
We have one guide for how you can use the gardens for a happy hour. I think of the gardens as a place where people can go if they don't have a way to meet otherwise, or if you work in a company or an organization, you've got a water cooler and you're going to go refill your coffee, you don't know who you're going to meet there, and you're probably going to have some casual conversation. Maybe you want to bounce an idea off somebody with no prior planning. So you just kind of show up in the gardens, and when you click join video, I'm going to pull up Slack. A notification goes out to your Slack community or your company or your organization. And so people can see that Lucas is available to speak in the gardens for the next few minutes.
But can you structure time? Like, could we do it sort of like a happy hour, that you would say the gardens are going to be open from 5 to 7 on Tuesday night if anybody wants to show up and have a drink?
I think that's great. And it has a nice feel to it because it's completely bottom up. It's organized by whomever shows up. And that's a healthy thing for the organization, to empower people to meet with each other, that not everything has to be supervised.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can, the C-level folks can be in a different garden effectively as open office hours, where you just kind of drop into one garden, chat with one, chat with another, express any concerns you have, get feedback from employees.
That's helpful, thanks.
Yeah, I think of it as just fairly informal. Well, we've covered a lot of ground here. I'm going to stay on for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, however long people would like. I'll stop the recording in just a moment. Did anyone have any other questions that you think might pertain to other people who are here, other people watching the recording?
Would it be all right to attend another session if I feel I missed out?
Absolutely. every single one of these is slightly different. We cover different things based on the questions from the participants. I'm going to put in the Zoom chat the links to the open office hours. So we have about 6 every week for half an hour or an hour. You could just drop in unscheduled, kind of like how we're talking about with the gardens, and I'll be there to answer all your questions. You get an hour of free support for any of your events. So especially for your first one, you won't want to figure everything out on your own, and we can help get you up to speed. We can train your team. If your client has a budget available, write us into the budget for a few hours, and then we'll help you do all the hard things your first time around. And or we're going to donate an hour anyway, either way.
Lovely. Thank you.
If you absolutely, if your nonprofit is cash strapped and doesn't have the budget to use Qiqo, please contact us. That $1 per day is what we use to build our company. So we can take that off to help you use Zoom at a reduced rate. So you'll at least be covering our Zoom costs. And Zoom costs us ½ cent per minute per person. So that's as low as we can go. We're happy to do that for worthy causes. So please do just reach out. My email address, lucas@qiqochat.com. And all our open office hours are at learn.qiqochat.com. And I'll put that in the notes there. All right, I'll stop the recording here. I really appreciate everyone's time. Thank you very much for attending, your questions, and I look forward to working with you in the days and weeks and months ahead.
Thank you, Luke.
Thank you, Lucas. This is
Thank
very
you,
good,
Lucas.
as
Appreciate it.
usual. Thanks.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.